Welcome back to my channel. So, we're off for another great weekend. We are, you can see, snow. So we're taking the 3 days because it's a 3-day holiday. And I'm with some friends, which you'll see who they are soon. And we're going to go a few miles, camp out, do some hiking for a day, camp back out, do some hiking back in. So we're going to enjoy ourselves for a few days. I want to give a shout out to some great people. This channel has brought so many great people to me. First of all, you probably heard me say it time and time again. Joy and Andy, I love them. They are my angels. From starting this channel, this trip has brought me so many great people. And then I got Chef Coco now. If you guys have not heard about Chef Coco, she does awesome trail magic on the Appalachian Trail. And check out her website. She is a former AT thru hiker too. So we are at Mohican Memorial State Park. So I will show you the trail as we get packed up and we start going, and I'll show you our campsite and let you join in all the fun this weekend. So come along, let's go. Okay, so here's my team. There's Willie up there. There's Gretchen and Almost. So we got Almost with us. And we are heading, like I said, we are at the Mohican Memorial State Forest. You saw that we were here before and it was more like in spring, and I had Trash Rat with me then. But we are heading out, and I want to clear up a question a lot of people have had. They're like, what's the difference between car camping and hiking and backpacking? Well, here's the trick. Hiking is walking any trail. Not necessarily staying the night, but while you're backpacking, you are hiking. So backpacking is something on my back, backpacking all of my gear in. So that's backpacking. Camping is anytime you sleep in a shelter, outside in a shelter, you get a tent, hammock, trailer, that's camping. Car camping is when in Montana we were taught car camping was
you sleep in your car.
You sleep in your car. But in Ohio we found out car camping is when your car is at your camp. So don't let people mislead you. If you're packing stuff in on your back, you're not only hiking, you're backpacking. And if you go a mile, 4 miles, 6 miles, you're not car camping, you're camping. So you're backpacking and you're camping. And hiking. So I just want to make sure I cleared that up, because some people were getting confused, and I know there's a lot of terminology if you're new to the whole hiking backpacking community. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. So let me start showing you what the trail looks like. Okay, so here we go. Right here. And I know we go right down that little road down there till we come to a intersection where we can go right or left. So I'll give you a shot of that road when we get there. This is the bridal camp, and we're looking at about going to camp 3 so we can have water nearby. So this is a 4.8 loop, I think, or something like that. So we'll probably find a place to camp, hike around a little bit, take the loop tomorrow, come back, go around, hike it, and sleep again tomorrow night, and then hike out. So when I get to the trail, I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so I told you I would show you. If you go back to our footage from the springtime, it's all green and plush and everything out here right now. It's a winter wonderland. We were blessed this morning with a little bit of snow. It snowed for about 2 hours before we woke up this morning, and another probably hour on our drive. Supposed to have more snow tonight. Yay, I love snow. And more snow tomorrow. So we will see what kind of snow we end up with. But this is the first part of the trail where we go down this hill. I know it doesn't look like much of a hill, but when you're going up it, you know it's much of a hill. So we're going to go down this little hill until we hit the intersection, and I'll come back at you when we have the intersection. Look at that. A winter wonderland. Okay, so I told you when we get down to the split, I would show you where we are. So last time we were here, you saw us cut off down that ways. And right there's that creek that we crossed, because Camp 1 is just right over that that little creek right there and right up the hill, because that's the hill that we came down to get water on. So what we're actually going to do though is we're going to go this way because we registered for Camp 3, which I heard is the most awesome camp that there is. So we're going down this way. So if you're watching my other video, we went the opposite way to Camp 1. This time we're going this way to Camp 3. So there's a nice little creek right here on the side. We were just talking away and almost said, take a look at that. So you know me and waterways. Let me see if I can come down here, safely walk through the snow. But that's the same river that you guys saw last spring. It doesn't look as high, thank goodness, because we have to cross it. So we're heading down here more because we still have to go all the way up there. Okay, so had to stop, guys. You know me. Look at that water. Look at that scenery with the snow background. There's only one other car out there besides ours, so we know. I hope we'll have the whole Mohican loop here to ourselves. Won't that be nice? That's so pretty. Okay, so this is our water crossing. Now, last time we were here, we crossed up quite a ways, and it was a lot deeper. And you can see where Willie is trying to find a right balance of the rocks, because we all know the rocks get slippery, the rocks are jiggly. So we're going to take our time, because it's about 30 degrees outside. It was 30 degrees when I left the house, went up to 31 and got back to about 30 degrees, bouncing 30 to 29 when we left the car. So we all don't want to fall down and get wet, because that'd be awful cold trying to dry out. So we're going to take it slow, but that's our river crossing. So that was that wonderful creek that we crossed. I didn't realize we walk up and right there it's Camp 3. So this is really cool. I've heard so much about Camp 3. Ellen was telling me they had a YouTuber thing up here before, and it's big and spacious and it's got all this space. I know that the guy I camped with last time was telling me about rock tables set up and all this space and this awesomeness. So I'm kind of excited to check this out. Look already. Can already see a nice table here by the fire ring. And I guess somebody made this. It's made of stone. So somebody made this fire table. Let's take a look at it real quick. But that's gonna be pretty cool. Set our stuff on. Looks like somebody broke the bench. Looks like there was supposed to be a little bench over there and somebody broke it. Or maybe not. Maybe that's how they intended it. But that's like really cool, guys, isn't it? Okay, so as I told you guys before, we got new hammocks. As a matter of fact, the people that I'm camping with over there, we all have the chameleon. And we have that beetle buckle. This is such a great buckle. I have used a couple other buckles, and this one makes it for me so easy. So I'm probably not hung exactly right, and it's starting to snow. So I want to show you a few things about my chameleon. So this is a chameleon from Dutch Fleur Hammocks. Let me start pulling some of the stuff off. So one great thing, one fun thing, I don't know if it's great, but it's fun, is that you can style the color to fit you. So I'll take you over in just a minute and show you Gretchen's. But everybody who knows me, I'm a purple fan. So I'm a big fan of the purple. So not only can you custom the color of your bottom, you can custom the colors of your top. Now this is like a winter cover. This is a cover right here. And this has got the moon cover on here that unzips from the inside so I can pull it back. See it right there. But you can do different colors. Say that you are a UF Gator fan and you want to do blue and orange. Say your two favorite colors are green and blue. I saw one that looked like a watermelon. I mean, I saw ones that look like hamburgers. There's so many different things that you can customize your color in. Dutch is really good at that. They've got a whole different palette of stuff that they can customize the color in. Now, my most favorite thing about this is this hammock is 100% customizable. It has accessories. Almost got herself one. So look at that orange. So again, she got the sidecar, and it's not attached to the cover. Now, we can get those attached. You can get a mesh cover with a sidecar attached, or you can get one of these winter covers with the sidecar attached. Again, she's got the moon covering on the top. She's also symmetrical. So, like I said, they're double zippers. It's got a special patent zipper, and you can unzip on both sides, and you can add and take away accessories. So like in the summertime, we can add a net, because we also bought the net, and we can add the net. So I walked you in before, and that's the creek crossing. There's the trail that we took off. See how the trail goes up? That's where Almost and I went up to try to get some wood. All the wood's really, really wet. This is the trail that we made coming in. But there's my setup right there. And I did bring my 0 degree. I'll show you that in a minute. There's Almost the setup. 20 degree underquilt and our chameleon. I brought my Outdoor Vitals 0 degree, so it's green, it's not purple, but I want to make sure I stayed a little bit warmer and test it out and try to dial it in for this hammock. It's always fun trying to dial in your quilts to the hammock, but I do have my UGQ top quilt on there. So, you go back this way. Almost is blowing up that damn chair that she always brings. See her? Blowing up. Willie's trying to start a fire. And then you go over this way, and there's Willie's setup. Let me get closer because she's got such an awesome tarp. Let me get over there. So there's Willie's setup. Like I said, he's also sporting the chameleon. Gretchen's trying to get her wet socks off because her feet are wet. And here's Gretchen's. Isn't that awesome? That's like my pack rat's favorite, Starry Night. And Gretchen has a Cedar Ridge quilt. That's a 0 degree. Look at that. She always does all these fun little patterns. Look at that pattern. And look at her hammock. Isn't that a fun pattern? Now that's also a chameleon. So chameleon, you can pick the colors that you want. Like I said, Almost is over there trying to get her chair all ready. Willie is trying to start us a fire, and all the wood is still wet, but we're doing what we can do. But this is our little setup for tonight. This is what our afternoon's like. It's absolutely wonderful though. My toes are a little cold. We did have that little water crossing, but I did got waterproof shoes, but my toes are a little cold. Gotta keep putting gloves on my fingers. Willie is making sure we have a nice big fire going. I did have a nice warm cup of coffee. Our hammocks are back there. I don't know if you can see them. But our hammocks are back there a bit. Kind of under a bunch of trees, so if we get a big snowstorm, we'll be safe. Gretchen and Willie are right here. Okay, so we're sitting by the fire. We've had some little bits of snow. You can tell how it's been landing in our chairs, even though we're knocking it out. So, Almost, what's the temperature out?
Well, the temperature is 30 degrees.
But what does it feel like?
I feel like temperature right now is 23 degrees.
23 degrees.
And it's not even dark yet.
And we're getting little tiny bits of snow, just little ones. I mean, every once in a while we'll get like a little flurry, but we're still, what was our weather for tomorrow?
Snow from, what did I say, 2 p.m. to 9 p.m.
So snow tomorrow from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. And then I heard that,
10 a.m.
and it was 10
I
a.m.
think it's 10 a.m. to
9 p.m. And then I heard the winds were supposed to be about 15 miles per hour. So that'll get those hammocks a rocking. So we'll see what happens. But right now it's not even 5 o'clock and it's already that cold. So I can imagine what it's going to be like when the sun goes down.
Good thing we have our underclothes.
I hope they work. We came into camp, that little table that you saw, I told you would be perfect. Well, look what we're doing. We have a table to cook. So Willie and Gretchen are going to have chili. Oh my goodness, that sounds so good.
Willie's chili.
Willie's chili. You heard it from Willie.
Okay, Willie's chili.
And Ashley is going to have some chicken noodle soup. And I'm going to have beef and corn gravy over potatoes and coffee. But right now I'm waiting for my water to heat up. Ashley's waiting for her water to heat up. And Gretchen and Willie are waiting for their chili. Yum, it's so cold. It's in the low 20s, and so we're trying to stay warm and eat some good food. Okay, so I guess it's 30 degrees. Is that what you said, Ashley? Feels like 21. But I'm actually feeling a little bit warmer now that we got some warm food in our tummy, and Willie's been keeping the fire going. So,
What would we do without Willie?
yeah, what would we do without Willie? So, degrees.
Havings right now.
So this will be the last video for day 1. So make sure you stay tuned to see how cold I get when I'm sleeping tonight. Okay, good morning everybody. I have been up for a little while visiting with Willie, and I watched a couple Netflix stuff before I got up. I think Ashley's still in there sleeping. She did not sleep well last night. She said she froze, but you know, she only had a 40-degree underquilt, and we should have evaluated that a little bit better before I let her come out like that. Gretchen has just gotten up. I think she went to go to the bathroom. Like I said, Willie's up. He's getting some wood. So I have got my breakfast soaking and my coffee done. I'm waiting for Ashley to get up so we can do that. Right now it's snowing. Can you see the snow? It's about 30 degrees. It's snowing. I was cold a little bit last night, but my water didn't freeze and nothing's frozen. That's a good thing. So I'll get back at you when we hit the trail. So I wanted to share with you, I don't know what time it is, it's about noon? 12:20, and look at the snowflakes. And it's supposed to get colder tonight, and it's supposed to snow until about 9 o'clock. So we were sitting around at brunch and we were debating. So I know that Willie and I are for sure going to go around and do the loop, and the girls may go back and warm up the vehicles for us. But we're still trying to figure that out. And because Ashley just does not have the stuff for this cold weather, and she froze so bad last night, we are not going to stay tonight. So I know that for sure we're going to go back into town. But look at this snow. But we're going to spend some time out in the snow. Snow doesn't bother us. We're not made of sugar. We don't melt. And look at Willie's getting us a fire going. Yay! Can you guys see this snow? And it's probably about 30 degrees maybe. I think that's our high today is supposed to be between 32 and 34 is our high for this afternoon. But look at that snow. Big fluffy flakes. So that tells me that we've got to be at least 32 if we're getting big fluffy flakes like this. I can tell you though, my feet are frozen again already because I'm just wearing wool socks with Crocs with holes in them. Look at that. I really should have probably put my hiking shoes on, but I was lazy. Ashley would have had a little bit better equipment. We probably would have stayed another night, but there's no sense in anybody freezing. The snow's already all over our tarps. There was snow piling up under the trees. But yeah, the tarps are really taking the weight of this snow. Look at that. So let me go back and see what my tarp looks like back here. Because we're back here. And we have little critters. Got the little raccoon tracks from last night. And they were walking around and being little pesky little bandits that they were. But they didn't take anything and they didn't really bug anything. But here's our area. The snow's already starting to pile up on my backpack. Let me get some of that off. Snow on my tarp. Let me try to get some of that off. And look at Ashley's tarp. So yeah, the snow's coming down. Look at that. Pretty good. This tarp's been waterproof really well. So it's really easy to get the stuff off her tarp. I gotta re-waterproof that one. So Willie and I left Gretchen and Ashley at camp and we're taking a walk in this beautiful winter wonderland. Look at those big fat snowflakes. They're huge. So that tells me we're about 32 to 34 degrees. I don't know what the feel like is, but with these snowflakes, that's the temperature you need to get them. And we're off. Doesn't do it any justice, but we just hiked up this trail. Our camp is right down in there somewhere. You can see Willie way up there. So it still goes up, up, up. Neither Willie or I have been on this part of the trail before. So we're trying to figure out where it goes. But all I can see is up, up, up. There's Willie waiting for me. So like I said, we don't know where this trail goes to. And we went up for a while. Looks like we got probably most elevation out of the way, but it keeps curving to a way that is not the direction we feel we need to go, because we're actually looking for Camp 1. Look at this wonderful fluffy snow. I left camp with my puffy on, which after that incline was too hot. I don't know what I was thinking. So I take my puffy off, have it wrapped around my waist. Ooh, mud. So we're walking along this winter wonderland, trying to figure out where this trail leads. Anybody who's familiar with Mohican, you can head put down in the comments in case I don't follow it all the way through and tell me where it ends. So just to give you an idea, here's some, let me get my trekking post together. As the ground melts a little bit, so it turns it to a little bit of mud. I really just went down through here, so it's a slow going because it's straight downhill and muddy and rocky. So I am trying to maneuver appropriately. So let me get through there. And so we went about a half a mile and we didn't know where the trail went. So instead of going way far out of our way and not knowing where we're going, because we didn't bring packs or anything, and we left the girls at the camp, whoops, we turned around and decided to make our way back down. And you can see that we have that big incline that we came up. We're starting at going back down. I don't know if you can see that decline, but that's the incline that we came up. And we're going to go way down there. So until we come to the junction that is right past Camp 3. So let me turn this off so I can maneuver my way down here without slipping and sliding, but look at that decline. Should have brought my snow skis.
Hey!
So Willie and I took a little hike, warmed my toes up. So what I learned is when your toes are cold in the morning, get dressed, get out there on the trail, and your toes warm up. Did your toes warm up? Yeah, you see, she didn't go for the walk on the walk with us.
I walked down.
So it was a quick little walk. It was like 0.6, 0.7 miles. Wasn't going the way we wanted, so we turned around and we came back, and we're going to start packing up. The snow's still coming down, so we're going to start packing up because I think somebody wants what for lunch?
McDonald's.
And it's how many minutes away?
22.
From the trailhead. So we got to get packed up, do that little creek crossing, go up a little incline there.
A big incline.
To the vehicles, so I can get her to
McDonald's.
So we're not going to do the 2 nights, but that's okay. We had fun. Accidentally wore my puffy out on the trail, so I had to take it off because I got kind of hot. I usually don't hike in my puffy. So 32, 34 degrees keeps my feet warm when I'm walking. I'm sure I'll be overheated with my backpack with just my melly on. So more lessons learned for the Appalachian Trail. Learned that she gets cold at night.
My feet froze.
So we're getting all packed up. That's where Gretchen was. That's where Willie was. I was way back there. You can kind of see my backpack sitting on the ground. And Ashley's almost got her stuff packed up. We left the table nice and beautiful and clean, just the way that we found it. And we're getting ready to head on out. We do have that creek crossing, so we'll be wet all the way out. But I got really hot on the little hike, so I'm hoping I'll stay nice and warm. So as soon as almost is packed up, we'll be on our way. Okay, so we just left camp, and we are going to go from Camp 3 to Camp 4 to the parking lot. So those guys are like, yeah, we'd rather just cross the creek and go back. So we are off. It's beautiful. Snow falling. It's absolutely beautiful. So when I see something, I know there's a pretty creek view up here, or Camp 4, I'll let y'all in on it. We have to do a water crossing right down here. So I'm gonna try to get down to that water crossing right there. Get down through this mud. So let me get down this hill, and then I'll turn you on when we're crossing. Okay, so we went down there, and the water's a little deep down on that side. And with Ashley, it's easier if we go backwards and cross from before. Don't know if you guys can see this. Look at the little ripples that are coming down through there. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so we are going back the way we just came from. There's some mud. Back over to Camp 3. And then cross the creek there. Go about 4/10 of a mile to the junction. And go 3/10 of a mile up the hill to the bridal camp. And then to the cars. So, here we go. So this is the same creek that we crossed to get over into Camp 3. And if you can see, there's like more rocks and more shallow, so we don't have to be up to our knees in water. If we would have went the other way, we would have been, you know, above our ankles at least in water. And with it only being 32 degrees, water freezes at 32 degrees, so that means our feet would have froze at 32 degrees. So Willie and Ashley are making their way over. This is a slow one because the rocks are slippery. Slippery because it's, you know, kind of icy a little bit and slimy, you know, and smooth because water runs over them. You okay? So now you're wet, just go for it. See right there, she showed you how the rocks can be slippery. So it's a water crossing is dangerous no matter if it's shallow or deep. You gotta take your time, watch what you're doing, and be careful. Yeah, Gretchen walking on water. I stepped on that rock right by that branch and then stepped over the branch.
I'm like, how did I end up all the way over here? Because you guys followed me.
Okay, on the way in, this is Camp 2. We missed it. Now, come on. I think y'all would have missed it too. But here's markers right over there that says Camp 2. And you gotta cross the river over here somewhere. So Willie just showed me right here. So we came up the trail just a little bit. This is the crossing for Camp 2. So you'd go across there, and Camp 2, you'd follow that right along, and you'll find the marker right there. So Camp 2 is not too far from the junction from when you come down from the bridle trail. So we went left when we came down, and as for Camp 1 and Camp 2, the junction's right up here. And if you go the other way, that's where Camp 1 is. Now if you would have continued from our camp and went around, oops, sorry, I'm trying to walk in mud, guys. That would have took us to Camp 4. And from Camp 4, we could have went back to the parking lot. Okay, my camera messes up in the cold. That's what I get for using my phone. But I wanted to show you guys just overnight how much snow we've gotten. There's no tracks, but ours. We're the one making the tracks through here. Kind of got some little slushy puddles, snowy. Snow's still coming down. Look at that. Okay, so I don't know if you can see Gretchen's up there. It turns. And this goes all the way up there. And then it turns to the left and goes. We left Willie down there at the junction. He went to go check out Camp 1 because he's never seen Camp 1, which is probably 2/10 of a mile from where we left him. And we probably have, I don't know, 3 tenths, maybe 4 tenths of a mile of an incline. See, there's Gretchen up there. Can you see her? So we have the incline to go up here and to get to the car. Which way do we go, Ashley?
Up, up, up.
Up, up, up. So here we go. Let me see if I can. I bet you Gretchen's long gone because we've been taking pictures, but it goes all the way up, up, and then to a bridal camp. Up. Right there, that's where we came off the trail, and that's the bridal station there. A little information center, sign about the trails. So it's a big field that we have to cross here. So we're crossing this field. Look at the snow. This is snowman weather snow. But we're gonna get across there. And when we get to the car, I'll let you say goodbye to everybody. So it's not a complete trip until you make snow angels in the wintertime.
You gotta get up without stepping on it.
And there's my, yeah, there's Ashley Angel, and there's Gretchen Angel. Aren't they beautiful? So that wraps up the 2 angels I was hiking with this weekend. Okay guys, so we are back. We're all getting our stuff unloaded and everything. I want to thank Gretchen, let me get them in there, Gretchen and Willie for inviting us out again on another adventure. We had so much fun. Yeah. Willie Outdoors, dudes, check him out, okay? And then there's Ashley, almost right there. So here's the time. If you like the content that you saw, don't forget to hit that little subscribe button right down there. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my winter adventure. I'll bring something back next week. You know I will. And I love you all. Bye.